oh my God, my back. Ugh. Been there. Yeah, it's a real thing. And my back does sometimes hurt. In fact, recently I was I'll get back to this in a second. My knee was killing me. Oh, I shouldn't say those words. My knee was hurting me so bad. Words are important and they matter, okay? So I want you to pay attention to that. But my knee was hurting me so bad going up the stairs. I was literally like doing the like one foot. I kept doing like my right foot up the stairs because of it. And this went on for quite a while. I'm like, what the hell is going on? My brain goes, am I going to need knee surgery? What the hell? I better talk to my friend, Tommy. He can help me with this stuff. And he did. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. But then I was not hurting. And then my brain was like, oh, my knee's not hurting. Then my knee started hurting going up the stairs. So there's this whole thing about the brain body connection. But the pain didn't go away until I stepped away from something that was very challenging for me. It was a client case that I was working on that was driving me insane. Because I have a big heart and I care, and I was like laying in bed thinking about it. I was overwhelmed, I was stressed, I was carrying all of it, and it was showing up in my knee. My knee, what the hell? So when I made the decision and I woke up to say, I have to step away from this in a very appropriate way, guess what happened to the pain? It went away. No joke, it went away. I'm telling you this because I'm a very smart individual, okay? I've done a lot of experience in life and learning and all these things. And I couldn't just think my way out of this. I had to make a change. My body was telling me something. Louise Hay is this woman who wrote many books and has like Hay House. She has this a lot of material that's about pain when I have it in a certain area of my body and what that reflects for me emotionally and spiritually. Low back for some can be like money issues. Shoulder pain can signify something else. Like it's actually really cool. Look up Louise Hay, emotional significance of pain in my shoulder. And I actually pull this list up when I'm working with clients, and I swear to you, it has never been wrong. As I read it, they're like, oh, my hip and movement forward, or whatever it is. I don't remember all of them. So there is an emotional significance to the pain that we feel. Now I get it. Maybe you were injured and you had this thing happen. But the funny thing about, it's not funny, but chronic pain that continues to be there over and over, even after you've done the healing work and you've done this and that, there's like so much to it, okay? We can go down, there's this training I did in pain reprocessing therapy and observing the pain and all this stuff. But right now I'm going to talk to you about the element of pain showing up and what it's telling you. Because what it could be speaking to you is, for example, I'm around this person and every time I get around them, I have a stomach ache or I get this nauseous feeling inside of me all the way up here. Let me pause. Instead of thinking I'm a weirdo, let me think about maybe this is a gift that God has given me to be able to understand and feel sensations from like people, whether I should trust them or not trust them or whatever that may be. My family tells me that I am like a human lie detector test because I feel this, like when somebody's lying to me, I literally like feel this heat in my body. I feel this like sensation flood over me. I can't even really describe it, but I can feel in my body that what the person is telling me is not true. In sessions with people, in counseling and in coaching, I can have somebody sitting there. This is especially with like the therapy stuff. This is why I haven't loved to do the couples work. I'm good at it, but I don't love it because I can literally feel everybody's emotions in my body. I can feel the heat. I can feel like tears choked up here in my throat. And so I'll have clients and be like, oh my God, how do you know that? I feel it. But honestly, I'm just in touch with it. I get I might be more sensitive. I'm wired that way. But I want you to step back into your connection because I really truly feel that all of us have this ability. You just have to connect back with self. Because if I was taught early on to disconnect from myself, that those feelings in my body didn't mean anything, which, by the way, I kind of was taught that, then I think, oh, I have a stomach ache. There's a problem. Let me go to the doctor. He's going to put me on some medication. He's not going to want to get to the root cause because that's not how doctors are trained. Some are, and I have had people referred to me from doctors because they have this stomach pain or they have these headaches that there's no like physiological reason for it. Now, don't get me wrong. Like maybe you have a headache because you need to drink water, or you drank too much alcohol last night, or you're getting off of caffeine, or there's so many things, but it also could be your body communicating to you. Now, the problem is when we say to ourselves, shh, we're not going to do anything about that. We can't do anything about that. So just shut up. And then it gets louder and louder. And then we get disconnected from it. And then we just start popping pills and it's too much. I'm just going to doom scroll on my social media or whatever, watch a show, get high, get drunk, do anything to numb it out. But what starts as a gentle knocking or maybe a tap gets louder and louder until, I don't know, you get hit upside the head, which could be a heart attack. It could be a stomach ulcer. It could be cancer. Now, I'm not saying that cancer is all caused by that, but I've worked with many people who have cancer, and they have told me that it's a disease of anger, of holding on to stuff inside. And maybe we can look at it as this, like we all have genes, and some of us have, I guess we all have cancer cells in our body, and like some of them can get turned on because of the stress that we carry in our body. Cortisol, your adrenals are high, and over time, all that stuff just builds up. So we carry stuff in our body. Maybe that headache and that jaw tension, the stomach ache is actually anger and resentment. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to live your life in that space, or do you want to connect with yourself? Stop abandoning yourself. Surround yourself with people who actually want to hear what you have to say, who believe in you, who love you. And maybe you've surrounded yourself with people who make you feel not good enough, or that your words don't matter, or that maybe they're so stressed out and overwhelmed when you share your feelings. It's scary because they blow up. I know what that's like. It sucks. I was the little girl hiding under the table because of the fighting that was going on. It makes me choke up to think, because I love that little girl so much. And I get triggered sometimes when my kids are fighting, and it's overwhelming for me. But I'm not that little girl anymore. And I want to stand up for Elizabeth and say, no, I'm going to speak up, and I'm going to say, it doesn't mean it's easy for me all the time, you guys. It doesn't mean that. It can be challenging, but you are worth it to say, enough, no. So those eggshells, maybe they were meant to be broken. Maybe they're meant to be stepped on. Because why do you get to have all this space where I keep my mouth shut and don't say anything, and I have these stomach aches and headaches and all these problems that I'm taking all these pills for? You know, I've worked with people who had fibromyalgia, pain all over the body, unexplainable pain. They make some changes in their life, it goes away. Sometimes it's divorcing a person. Now, I'm not here to try and cause divorce or problems between people, but if a person in your life is causing you that much pain, run fast. Because I don't know if we have a life after this. I'm going to say, you know, I believe in heaven. I'm a very spiritual person, but I know that this is the one life you have as this person. So how are you going to spend the rest of that time? I hope listening to you. Like this video, please subscribe, and I'm sending you so much love.